Laying on a cracker, though. Damn, I'm always shaking the earth. Good evening, and welcome back to another Infectious video with your host, King Papita. Um, Today, well, first of all, it's been a minute. I haven't recorded these in a while. These last couple times I haven't felt as inspired. Not inspired, excuse me. I've had the inspiration. I've had the concoction sin in my brain. I just haven't had any topics to think about, and I want them to be authentic. So I don't want to just force feed you and force ideas out of my brain. So I want it to come naturally about things I'm curious about and I think about. It makes it more natural and more authentic, which is much more meaningful and wonderful to me, at least. And I enjoy the content exponentially, expeditiously more. But yeah, have you guys been well? It's been a crazy last couple months, but it's been a crazy couple years, honestly. So nothing new, just another day. I appreciate the opportunity and be grateful and just appreciate what you have, especially right now, in the now, not in the future or in the past, because we can't go back and we can't see in the future. So yeah, enjoy now. So anyways, Infectious video, topic of the day. This is my topic: your motivation to succeed. What may motivate that person? And I've come down to the conclusion of two ideas. A lot of people are motivated by love, their passion, their drive to achieve a certain goal or to master a craft, and then also fear. So the fear of failing, the fear of achieving their goal, and them realizing that that is not something they wanted to do or something they wanted to pursue. They just did it for somebody else, or they did it to prove something to somebody, which I feel is very dangerous to that person. A lot of times we feel driven and motivated by an outside source that we think is our own voice and our own idea, but in reality is somebody else. And kind of where I'm going with this is I was driving the other day down the freeway and I just had a couple thoughts about fear and love. A lot of times I feel like parents or guardians, they tend to instill fear into their kids and into their younger ones just because they have fear themselves. They fear that if their kid doesn't achieve or go as hard or work as hard in this aspect or specific career, that they'll fail in life. That if they don't have this or this by this age, then that their life is kind of for nothing or was meant for nothing, which is actually extremely fucking bullshit. It's really negative, really toxic, as they say, and it's just, I don't feel like it's a good thing to pass down to somebody that you love. A lot of times I feel like that sense of fear really comes from themselves. Actually, I think it comes from themselves. Honestly, it comes from them being fearful of themselves not achieving what they wanted, not pursuing what they wanted, not being up to somebody else's expectations, which you shouldn't care because that's their expectations of you. That's not you to yourself. You feel me? So it's like, why should I store and manifest your expectations of me when I believe in myself and what I want to do and what I want to achieve? Like, why even take time and energy to keep that opinion of yours within me? Like, it's me, it's myself. This is what I view myself doing in the future. This is what I view of myself, and this is how I appreciate myself. So why even try to keep that in myself? But that fear, I feel like that fear really drives parents to push their kids, which it should be love. Like, I would love for my kid to figure out what they want to do. If they want to be a physician or a professional athlete or a lawyer, whatever, Like, I want to figure out what they like, what they want to pursue, and then kind of just implement that and help them with their path, not add fear and say, oh, you have to become this because this makes this much money, and if you don't meet the expectations, you won't find a wife or a husband that'll love you, and your kids will look at you and be like, what are you doing? Like, hella negative shit. And we laugh about it, and we make all these like random thoughts that are jokes, but in reality, it happens every day to somebody. It happens every day in families, which is bullshit. Which we should stop, which we should progressively shut down and add more time and energy into manifesting and helping those people find out who the fuck they are. Because I feel like growing up, no one helped me find out who I am, like who I am today. I feel like a lot of times I found out who I am out of realizing what I don't want to do, because people were making me do stuff I didn't want to do. A lot of times with sports, like I played baseball for a long time, and I feel like there was a lot of pressure in my family of like, yo, you have to play baseball, you have to be a professional athlete, like you aren't good enough to play these other sports, like play baseball, bro. Like it's in our blood, it's in our culture, it's in our heritage, when in reality, like, yo, who the fuck cares, bro? I could play whatever I want. If I want to play tennis, I can play tennis. If I don't want to play tennis, I don't want to play tennis. You feel me? So I feel like at a young age, I realized, yo, I have to do this. I don't want to do this, so I'm not going to do this. You aren't going to force me to do this, so I'm going to pursue what I want. And eventually, I found basketball, and basketball is my shit. But that's just a small example of kind of my path and like how I realized, oh, these expectations of other people shouldn't affect of what I want to do and shouldn't affect me as a person. So I have to continue and kind of find out who I am. But let's see. Another example was growing up. My mom really instilled, hey, you have to go to college. Like her as being a first generation immigrant and me as a second generation with a citizenship, just being born here, I already feel like I have the responsibility of, yo, like I have to perform, I have to make something of myself, I have to be something, I have to help my family, I have to provide from the start, like from the start. That's why I feel like a lot of pressure growing up, like, yo, I have to be something. I can't be a bum. I can't be somebody that doesn't go to college and like, you know what I mean? So, that pressure was definitely felt throughout my childhood. But I'm not complaining about it. I never strayed away from pressure. I never strayed away from a challenge. It just, at times it's tough to, at times it was hard to digest and comprehend why I was going through all that pressure. So it kind of felt disorienting at times. But I'm obviously now I'm starting to find out who I am and who I want to be and where I want my journey to go, me personally, not somebody else. But yeah, I feel like me and all my siblings, we definitely felt that pressure, especially my oldest brother. Like he was already at that point where he could have been a professional, but there's a few complications here and there, and it didn't work out. So things change, people change, so things turned around and changed. It was kind of weird. It was a weird time, but but it's just weird. Like a lot of times growing up, my mom would be like, "Hey, if you don't go to college, you're gonna be a bum, bro. Like you're gonna be broke in the streets. You're gonna be a bum. You're gonna not be able to afford shit. You ain't gonna find a beautiful woman to you could take care of and have a family with, and blah 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 blah." Like all these old mindsets that were just fucking me up. I'm like, why am I tripping over this, bro? Like I'm just trying to watch SpongeBob on this Saturday afternoon, enjoy my fucking cereal and shit. Like fucking try to like play my toys and shit or something. But it's like pressure. It's like, yo, you have to do this. You have to make something of yourself or you're gonna be a fucking bum. You're gonna be whack. You're gonna be like in the streets and shit. I'm like, yo, that really fucked with my head. But you know, my siblings helped me. And also, I've noticed I'm pretty observant, so I just watch and learn and take in information and see what works for me and throw out what doesn't and go from there. So I feel like having that patience with yourself is extremely, extremely helpful to yourself, obviously. Just having that patience really like gives you literally like it gives you a second to breathe. Like you're like, all right, I can figure this out. I can figure out that I do want to do this. I do want to pursue this because I love this. It's not going to be easy, but I definitely want to take that time and figure it out. And then from there, it should get easier and easier, just out of repetition, which is really dope. When you know you have time and you know you have the ability to manifest that within yourself, you definitely feel more comfortable with yourself and your own skin, because all these outside sources don't affect you anymore. You know that from within, I can take that time and realize, hey, you got this. Like, relax. You got this. You know where you're going. Don't worry how everybody else wants to rush you and how they want to put that pressure and fear on you to progress faster. Not everything happens fast. A lot of people take it a bit slower. I know that from experience myself. I'm a quick learner, but once I start learning, I hit a few obstacles that tend to slow me down. But then from there, I just keep trying in the mud, you feel me? And then from there, you know what I mean? We just go from there, just keep going. But just figuring that out for yourself is very helpful. And I feel like a lot of people should take that time. That's when I like to tell people, like, yo, take your time and like figure out who you are, write things down, write down what you like to do, how do you react in certain situations and how you want to react in certain situations, or how you want to change certain aspects of your life and certain mentalities. I feel like a lot of people, they think it and they kind of say it to themselves, but like once you take that first action to actually like making that difference, making that change in yourself, it definitely feels great. It's not going to be easy, but nothing that you want and desire for yourself is going to be easy. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard as hell. And you have to face that fact that it's not going to be easy. And once you realize, hey, nothing's ever going to be easy, you won't expect shit to be easy. You always expect it to be hard. And if it's easy, then fuck it. Expect the next thing to be hard and then just keep going. But yeah, back to what I was saying, that fear, I feel like a lot of times we can't use fear. We can't use fear anymore. We can't use fear to instill motivation and drive into people, especially young people. Young people, when they reach something they don't understand, immediately they get fearful. They get scared. So why are you going to implement more fear into that person, expecting them to overcome this accomplishment? A lot of people can. A lot of people can, like dig deep, but the majority of people can't. Like, you have to teach them how to overcome obstacles. You have to teach them how to love something and actually want to strive for that and for that aspect of life. I feel like if I was taught more love towards my craft and love towards what I do and love towards putting in the work, it'd be way easier to understand the difference between fear towards something and love towards something. But I noticed I understand the side of fear, because at times I hit an obstacle and I just panic. I'd be like, yo, am I doing something right? Am I doing exactly what I want to do? And I started questioning and doubting already what I love, when in reality it feels more drive and motivation and love towards your shit, love towards that craft. You wouldn't second guess it. You'd be like, all right, this is an obstacle, I understand, but we're gonna overcome this, and it's that simple. But yeah, that's kind of what I see about it. Implement more love in your life than fear. It's easier said than done, obviously, but if you actually want something to happen, then you're gonna take those steps. And you're going to push yourself and motivate yourself because you love that thing. That's it. I feel like love is the ultimate motivator. I love to do this. I love the feeling of completing a project or completing a video or learning a new edit, whatever. But yeah. But that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the Infectious video, the first of 2021. Obviously, I want to get more consistent with these. Last year, I was consistent overall, but the last couple months towards the year, I obviously died down. But trial and error, you feel me? So, new year, new day, whatever, coming at you. Period. Nuku. That's it. I hope you guys are doing well. I miss doing these videos, so I hope you guys enjoy them as I create them and we trot along and shit. Hope you guys enjoy the journey. But yeah, stay blessed. Do something you love today and take your time, man. Appreciate yourself. Tell yourself you love yourself. Tell yourself one thing you love about yourself. And prove it to yourself. Prove exactly why you love that aspect of yourself. So, love you. Take your time. Stay blessed.